Get it, girl, get it.
Leave it on the floor. Leave it on the floor. Thank you for doing this with me. I've never sang in front of an audience. Thank God for that. Frank, I had these songs in my head all summer, and I blame everyone that was involved with this film, especially director Sheldon Larry.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, Steve. Great stuff. Thank you. What a joy. What a great night for us, and how lovely to share this film with you. Thank you for being so splendid. And I just want to bring up a bunch of people with who I share this great honor and joy with. My collaborator, screenwriter, and lyricist, Glenn Gaylord. My extraordinary composer, music supervisor, genius, Miss Kim Burse. And a bunch of my cast, Miss Barbecue, Queen Latina. Mr. Philip Evelyn, Princess Eminence. Andre Myers, Carter. And the amazing Epidural and winner of the BMA Award, too, James Alsop. So thank you. And now they're coming up, too. Thanks to my Canadian family who supported me, who kind of believed in this thing. My two nephews, Adam and Jeffrey, and everybody else who's here. Thank you for, this film, you saw the people's names up there. This is pretty masochistic to try and do a musical as an indie. So I think but thank you. Your response makes it all worthwhile. So questions?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay, you do that.
This is my part.
Okay, good.
When I don't sing.
I'm a director, I'm a control freak.
Well, as a control freak, how was it, how easy was this for you to control these freaks?
You know, you say generally about actors, it's like herding cats is the biggest job. It was a huge undertaking. I don't know quite how we did it. We did this with the support of my students at USC because we had to figure out how to do it. I don't know how we did it. I don't know how Glenn and I spent 3 years doing it. I don't know how pulling Kim Burse onto this project and how blessed we were and lucky to have her, and how we were running around all over kind of Southern California to kind of various producers way out in Woodland Hills and Van Nuys. You know, amazing at 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, some of the songs were recorded in a bridal consultancy room, which is there from 9 to 5, 9 to 6, because the producer's wife, that was her business, and we got in there after all the offices were closed, and we laid out a bunch of these songs. I think everybody sang there. Different people. I don't know how we did it. I mean, but the thing about it is this was a passion project, I think, for almost everyone involved, and I don't think it could have happened. It was a passion project for me for 20 years. It was a passion project for Glenn for the last 6 years, Kim the last couple of years. Every one of these actors who just jumped on board and who I kind of am in awe and humbly of. I mean, I told you none of them actually, they relented and said you could look at them, but, you know, I think we made some stars here tonight, too, so.
We will take questions, so please raise your hand. If there are questions, there will be, I'm sure. I'm blind, yeah, okay. She's asking if, well, she's commenting on the fact that this could make a great stage musical. Was that ever any intentions?
You know, I mean, way back, I was directing theater off Broadway and I had the idea originally, and, you know, we've done it this way. There's actually, curious enough, there's been some interest from theatrical producers, and we're actually exploring that with some people. So usually it goes from stage to film. So we figured we'd start here on film, and then we go to stage, and then we'll go remake the movie with about a $250 million budget. And I know if Beyonce would play Epidural, no, James, it's yours. It's your part. So yeah, it's in our minds. Right now we sort of feel like we've fired the gun. We're going to see where it hits. We're, as I said, been blessed to be here, be at Los Angeles. We're going to Chicago International Festival. I can't say where, but we've been embraced by an A-list European festival. and looking distribution, there's some things falling down. So yeah, we're just seeing where it goes.
We have a question right here.
On note of the last question, following up on it, I'm absolutely curious as to why the final number in the film had random women, like that had nothing to do with the plot of
Now, are you sure that there were women?
random white women in the
Well,
number seems to have nothing to do with the plot of the film and the whole plot.
but the final number is just a celebration of the community. What you find at these balls is that about 20-30% of the audience is actually white. I mean, it's not an exclusively black thing, and they go as entertainment. So we chose to sort of blow it out in the final number. But we appreciate your comment. No, I'm not.
We have a question here.
Can you tell us something more about the casting process? How did you come?
It was an extraordinary kind of journey because we didn't have enough money to go Screen Actors Guild or ACTRA. So I made a commitment early on, and actually one of my students, a wonderfully talented director called Monica Sender, came on board to cast it. The joy for me of teaching is that there's a huge community of actors who are not SAG or ACTRA members, who don't have agents, who don't have reels, who don't, yet they're coming into town with huge talent. My students would bring these actors in week after week after week. And I really decided part of it was economics, but part of it was there's a huge body of talent out there. I mean, I think that what I have to say, and Kim reassured me too, that in the African American community, people can act and sing and dance, and so little of the work that is offered a lot of these people. I mean, if you're a female, you get cast as a hooker or as a junkie, and if you're an African American male, you get cast as a gangbanger or a pimp. And so there's extraordinary talent out there. The other thing that this allowed us to do was to reach beyond even the acting community. We reached out into the Los Angeles ball scene, into the New York ball scene. We needed their support, and we promised. They reviewed the script, they looked with us. Every one of them who wanted to be in the film found their way in the film. And the cast is literally a connection of, I mean, Ephraim is the only actor who's not here. He's an Alvin Ailey dancer. He's actually in the new production of Rent in New York tonight, so couldn't be here. But every one of these players comes from different places. I mean, James Alsop, who played Epi, was a dancer and choreographer. And Glenn had known him, so we auditioned him via Skype, because he was flying all over the place, but we thought great. Andre sort of trained, and much more classically trained in terms of acting and singing and dancing. Miss Barbie Q is an extraordinary hostess and performs in Southern California all the time, and was sort of came in a revelation. Philip Evelyn was actually, when we reached out to the community in New York, and Philip's actually a ball kid who found the ball community in Atlanta and then came to the ball community in New York, and his house father, House of Garçon, opened it up and said, any of you want to come and audition for these crazy people, please come. And Philip came in, and he read, and then we asked him to sing, and he said, I haven't sung since I was 16 in church. So he sang a hymn and knocked us out, and little did we know. So yeah, so in a sense, what was extraordinary, and Haley, who's that wonderful, extravagant sort of lady in the silver dress who wins a couple of categories, she was the house mother of Allure, house mother of Rodeo, and is now the house mother of Allure. So in a sense, it was extremely challenging, but I knew we could do it, but also incredibly liberating to put people with this extraordinary talent on film.